YouTube family, welcome back to another video. Wagwan, I hope everybody's doing good. And as you can see, today we will be doing a fill in. My client, she been wearing her nails for the past month. She doesn't have any lifting, but she did break one nail, her pinky finger on the opposite hand. So what I did was I already went in, drilled that down, and put that to soak while I'm removing the polish. So let's say she didn't have any broken nail or anything. The first step that I do when I'm doing a fill is I come in and I remove my polish. Or if it's a solid color, or if it was only top coat, I go in and I remove the top coat. But that's the first thing I do, remove my polish with my medium drill bit. Usually when I'm removing my polish, I'm at like a 18,000 RPM. For this set, I am using my coarse bit. That's because I want to remove some of my product. I don't want to do like the usual fill, like I'm just removing the polish. I want to remove some of the acrylic as well because I'm trying to do a rebalance. So the apex grew out and it's positioned where it's not supposed to be. So the apex is kind of like more towards the free edge of the nail. Not really the free edge, but it grew out of place. So what I want to do is I want to come in with my coarse bit because I'm trying to debulk that and reposition the apex. Also, what I'm doing is I'm removing any sign of lifting. Like you can see, sometimes lifting doesn't necessarily mean that the nail is like lifting from the back. You can tell that there is lifting because you can see like a white part. It has like a white look on the back end of the nail. That's how you know you have lifting. Also, like the nail doesn't have to be lifting like literally. You can also see like old product that needs to be removed. So you also need to go ahead and remove that as well. Try to remove as much as of the polish as possible, because this, if you don't do this, then when you come in to do a fill, of course you might be covering this polish with the acrylic, and sometimes you think you're covering it, but then the polish is still peeking out. Also, what I do is I come in also and I do a cut down. This is the time that I do a cut down as well. As soon as I'm done removing my polish, I come in with my drill and I do a quick cut down. This is going to save you so much time when you do a cut down with your drill. Also, I like to cut my nails down before I start applying my acrylic because I want to know the length nails that I'm actually working with. That way I build the nails accordingly. So I do a cut down as well in this process. And like I said, if you have a drill and you're practicing how to use your drill, it's going to be so much more easier just for you to come in with your drill, hold it at an angle, and do your cut down. Also, I'm using this dust collector from Melody Susie. It's gonna help me with my dust not being all over the place. I am practicing to use my dust collector way more because, girl, this dust is getting in my face, in my nose. Even though I do wear a mask, I just feel like it's not doing enough. So anyways, I did go in and I pushed my cuticles back. Now I'm coming in with my cuticle bit and I'm just gonna go around the cuticle, removing all the new growth, making sure I get in my side walls around the cuticle. You always want to make sure you prep right because 85% of lifting comes from bad prep work. So you want to make sure you prep your nails right. When you're prepping your nails, you're literally just trying to remove the shine from the natural nail, so you do not need too much pressure. Also, this cuticle bit is very gentle, so it might look like it's doing a lot, even if it looks like it's doing a lot, like putting a lot of pressure on the client's nail, that's not the case. It's very gentle. Now you see that nail is shiny in the back, and as soon as I come in with my cuticle bit, it's going to have that matte look. So that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to remove the shine from the natural nail. So also, it's very important to push your cuticles back because when you push your cuticles back, it's going to expose all your new growth before you come in with your cuticle bit. Now I'm just going to come in with my sanding band, and I'm just going to give this a very light prep. Even though I did use my cuticle bit, I still come in very gentle and just go over this one more time, applying very light pressure. You don't want to apply too much pressure on your client's nail because this can burn and you can damage your client's natural nail. So you want to make sure you're not applying too much pressure to your client's natural nail. You always want to make sure you dust the nails off because you don't want to leave none of that dust on the client's natural nail or even the extension, because you want to always work on clean surface. Now I'm coming in with my nipper and I'm just going to remove the excess cuticle. Sometimes I'm not doing a deep manicure, or most times I'm not doing that. All I'm doing is coming in and removing all the excess cuticles that might be in my way whenever I'm applying my acrylic. You don't have to go in and do like a deep manicure. You just want to make sure you come in very light. That way your work will have a nice smooth finish with nothing being in your way while you're applying acrylic as well. And of course we come in and we dust that off. So like I said, we're going to be doing a fill. So also I went for like a kind of wedding look. You guys will see in the end, but yeah, let's just stick to the video. So I did come in with my my sanitized prep, and I'm going to prep the client's natural nail. This is going to dehydrate the nail and, you know, remove any excess oils, because, you know, the client's natural nail, it naturally produces oils. So that's why the surface of the nail look that shiny. So whatever you need to do to dehydrate the nail and prep the nail, you should go ahead and do that. So this is the primer, guys. After I dehydrate, I prime, and I'm going to leave the link in the description box where you can find this dehydrator and the primer. So far it's working for me. My clients are coming back with their nails on. We're going to be using Gabby in this video. Very pretty pink, super light. So if you don't have Gabby, you are definitely playing, because Gabby is so cute. So first I'm going to come in and I'm going to apply my cuticle bead right at the cuticle, making sure the client's finger is facing downwards. Also, I'm giving this gentle tap, I'm not working the product very aggressive. Whenever you're applying acrylic, you don't want to be too aggressive, because you don't want to remove the product or jab the product too much that you're creating a mess. You want to work with this as gentle as possible. Also making sure you're cleaning up your side walls. Whenever I'm doing my fill, I make sure I hold the client's nail from the sides. See where I am missing product. A fill is not always just about putting acrylic in the cuticles. You also need to look at the surface of the nail, the tip of the nail. See where it's missing something. See if you can try to get your shape back. You know, the fill is a way for you to get the nails to look good again. So you have to look at the overall structure and put acrylic where it's needed. For this nail, honestly, I'm putting more acrylic than I need to. Not necessarily more than I need to. I'm putting what's necessary for me. That's because I'm trying to give the nail a better look, a brighter look. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to place my acrylic all the way over the surface of the nail. And then in the end, I'm going to use my drill to create a thin look from the underneath. So you guys stay tuned for that. But I didn't like how the acrylic have this, like it was looking like too discolored. So I did want to come in and, you know, just put the acrylic over the surface of the nail also. That way I kind of give it like a facelift. So that way my work is going to look way better. And like I said before, it's very important to hold your client's finger downwards. That way the acrylic is going to naturally flow to the tip of the nail, using your brush to gently pat the nail. I'm using a number 12 brush, and this brush I will always also leave the link in the description box below. The paper towel I am using is the Viva paper towel. You always want to make sure you have a good paper towel working with, because this is going to allow you to remove the acrylic from the brush. So make sure you have a good paper towel working with. If you're not consistently wiping your brush as you work, you're not going to have your brush for a very long time. You have to consistently wipe your brush. Before you go in your monomer, you have to wipe your brush on that paper towel before you go in your monomer. Also, if whenever you apply acrylic, if you notice that the acrylic is not moving, it's too dry, you have to go in your monomer and come back on the nail, and then the acrylic will start moving. Sometimes it's just dry only because it needs more monomer. So you don't have to remove it if you apply it and you notice that it's too dry. If you apply your acrylic and you notice that it's too dry, all you have to do is go in your monomer for more liquid. Not too much to flood the nail though. If you go in your monomer, you can just gently tap your brush on your paper towel. This is going to drain some of the monomer, and then you can just come in and work your acrylic. It's going to start moving again. And if it's a case where your acrylic is running when you place it, just hold the acrylic in place before you release it. So that's what you need to do in those two instances. And also bear in mind that the temperature in the room also plays a very big part in your acrylic application. If the room is too hot, that means the acrylic is going to dry fast. And if the room is cold, it means the acrylic is going to set slower. So make sure, if you're struggling and you're wondering what's happening, why your acrylic is running too much, it can mean that the room is too cold. And if you're working and it's drying too fast, it can mean that the room is too hot. So I'm coming in again with my 100 bit hand file. These hand file, guys, it will get your shape together. These I highly recommend. If you don't have these hand files, the link is going to be in the description. I love these hand files. Super sharp, and they get the job done very fast. So you should definitely cap some of these. Whenever I am shaping, one thing I have to do is make sure my client's hand is completely relaxed. I am not going to shape your nail if it's not relaxed. So relax. So the first thing I tell my client, if their hands are stiff, I'm like, can you please relax your hands? Because if they make their fingers stiff, you're not going to see the direction in which the nail is going. Well, you're going to see the direction, but it's not going to be the right direction, because then when they relax their hand, it's going in another direction. You want to get the relaxed direction, because that's how the nail, when they look at it from their angle and their hands are relaxed, that's what they're going to see. So make sure whenever you're shaping, to get your shape right, you have to have full control over the client's hand. The hands have to be completely relaxed. And also, whenever I'm doing a coffin shape, I hold my file at a 90-degree angle, making sure I hold my file up against the nail like that, and I'm not eating out my side walls, because if you take too much from your side walls, you're going to make your nails weak, and you're going to see this in your end results. So don't file in your side walls. File just above where the side wall starts, like you see I am doing in this video. I am not going down in the sides. I'm holding my file at a 90-degree angle, and I'm holding this file against the nail, shaping with very firm strokes. And my client's hand, I have full control. Also, guys, there's one thing I want to address. So I'm going to address this real fast while I'm finishing up my shaping. One thing, guys, please, 876 Nails is a professional brand. Professional. I am very professional. I do not want any drama over my brand at all. So moving forward, I just want to conduct strictly business with people. I don't want people bringing my name back and forth and all that stuff. I am not that person, and I refuse for anyone to be dragging my name, like not dragging my name, but just the back and forth, like it's too much. I'm on YouTube to create content, show you guys how I work, show you guys my craft, how I do things. I'm not on here for drama and the childish behavior. I am not that person. And moving forward, I just want to conduct strictly business. If it's not business, I am not interested. And that's the end of the story. I'm not going to clarify anything. And this is not something where you need to be like who you're talking about in the comment section. No, I just want people to know that we're on here to make money, to show people our craft, and to expand our knowledge, create content that other people can learn from. So let's just keep it like that. Please guys, back to the video. Now, whenever I am done shaping, one thing I have to do is turn my client's hand from the client's view, making sure everything is nice and neat. You see how thick that free edge is? Don't pay attention to that, because I'm going to use my drill and I'm going to create a nice, not thin, they say it's supposed to be like a credit card. So I'm going to make my tip nice and flat. So stay tuned for that. It's looking like that because I did apply my acrylic thicker on top, because as I said before, I wanted to give my nail like a fresh look. So whenever I'm drilling, I hold my drill like I am writing. This drill bit is brand new, so listen, it's going to work. It is not playing. That's one thing I love about a new drill bit. Okay, look at how I go in at the tip. You see how I thin all that out? Nice. Love it. So you don't have to worry about the tip looking thick. If you know how to use your drill, you should definitely use your drill to get rid of all that thickness at your free edge. And then you come in and you work the body of the nail. Look at the nail from the side, making sure the structure is looking right. Make sure the apex is looking right. Make sure the nail is flowing. Your nail should flow cuticle. Then the apex is at a rise, and then it flows to the tip of the nail. You should not have your tip of your nail higher than your apex. No, that looks bad. Your apex should be the highest point of your nail, because this is where all the strength comes from. If your client hit their nails, it's not going to break easily if you have a good apex. So make sure you're building your apex right, and your apex needs to be the highest point of your nails. Coming over again, usually when I'm drilling also, I'm drilling at like 20,000 RPMs. You can definitely go slower than that. Go whatever speed you're comfortable with. But for me, I'm just going to go at like 21,000 RPMs. I'm very comfortable at this speed. So that's what I'm usually working at. Also, you have to have your pinky finger resting somewhere. My pinky finger is always resting on either my hand or my client's hand. This definitely helps me to keep my drill stable. If I don't have my pinky finger resting on the client's nail or on my nail, trust me, the drill is going to be all over the place. Even if it's not all over the place, you can cut your client, because other than having that pinky finger right there, there's no other way to keep your drill stable. I hold my drill like I am writing. That's how I have a complete grip on my drill. I hold the drill like I am writing, and that's the best position for me. I don't know how anyone else holds their drill. I need to pay attention to other people. But for the most part, I think this is the best way to hold your drill, because you definitely will have full control over it. Just like how when you're writing, you control your pencil, what you do with the pencil, how you form your letters. It's the same thing when you're holding your drill like you are writing. Whenever I'm drilling, I make sure I seal my cuticles, get my side walls, because if you prep right, you do all that stuff right, and you didn't seal your cuticles or your side walls, you're still going to have lifting. So you want to make sure you're sealing your sides and you're sealing your cuticles. That way water doesn't get underneath, and you know, when it's growing out, it will grow out flat. I can tell when I didn't do a good job sealing my cuticles or my sides, because when the client comes back for a fill, it's growing out raised. It's not flat and flush to the nail. That's how you can tell, okay, the last time I did not seal this right. And also they might have some lifting in the back as well. So sealing your cuticle is very important. It's very good for your retention because your clients can have their nail for a longer period, and when they come in for a fill, you will not have that much work to do if you flush your cuticles right. The drill bit I am using is the Pana drill bit. I always leave the link in my description for this bit. So if this is something you want, they also have the safety ones as well. So you don't have to get this one. If you're scared of getting close to the cuticle, you can get your safety bit. This safety bit, it has like a soft edge. That way, when you get close to the skin, it's not sharp. So you could get the Pana, but if you want to try it in the safety, you can get the safety as well. This one that I'm using is not the safety. It's the regular bit. And the drill that I'm using is the Melody Susie drill. I think, yeah, I believe. Yes, the Melody Susie drill. And I've been using this drill ever since, like maybe 4 years ago. Not the same drill. I did change out because I had another one and the cord wasn't working, and I still went ahead and get the same one. So I've been using this new one for maybe 7 months and it's working fine. The vibration is very low. So one thing, my biggest thing with drill, if it's going to vibrate or make noise, I do not want it. So that's my biggest thing with drill. So this doesn't vibrate and it's not loud. So it's a pretty decent drill. I love it. Do you guys see how all that dust is on my gloves? So all this time I am working, my dust collector was not on. And that's why you see all that all that dust right there. I'm like, dang, all this time I'm working, this dust collector is not on. That sucks. Because honestly, I wasn't practicing like with my dust collector. I'm just trying to get in the groove of using my dust collector, because I do notice when I use it, I have less dust in my shop. And you know, even though it might not be extremely powerful, it's enough for me. So I do like it. I do want to buy another dust collector. Like, leave a comment down below. Let me know which dust collector you're using and how you like it, because I'm looking for a very good dust collector, something that's gonna suck all that dust in. Because even though I use this one, when I stand up, I still have all that dust on my apron. So I am looking for a dust collector. If you have a good one that's not super expensive, I'm willing to spend money, but I don't want anything ridiculous. Don't leave me no price for nothing ridiculous, okay? So usually when I'm done shaping, I come in and I go over my shape one more time, because after drilling, your shape can shift. So I always come in and refine my shape, getting underneath the nail. You never want to skip getting underneath, because if you have anything hanging, any acrylic, or you know, you want to make sure you get that, because it's going to reflect on the shape on top. So now I'm coming in and I'm dusting all that excess dust off, getting rid of all that dust in my dust collector. And then I'm going to come in and do my designs. But before that, I'm going to use my lint-free wipes and I'm going to cleanse the client natural nail, making sure everything is free of dust. That way when we're coming in with our polish, we do not have to be fighting with all the dust being in the polish. So sometimes I do send my clients to go and wash their hands, but another time I'm just gonna come in with alcohol or my dehydrator. You can use the Young Nail Swipe as well if you have that, and I'm just going to go over the client's nail, and that does the work for me. The nail light that I use is the Kiara Sky nail lamp. I'm sure a lot of people have this lamp. I've been using it for a very long time, so highly recommend this gel light. It's expensive, but it's worth it. So I'm gonna do pink French on the pinky and French on the middle finger. Whenever I'm doing my French, I hold my brush all the way down to the tip. Like you see where my finger is. That's where I hold my brush. I do not hold it all the way up. Everybody does this differently, but for me, I have better control when I hold my brush all the way down, and also of course control when I'm using my pinky finger to stabilize my hand. So that's how I do my French. And usually I never practice to do my French like in the V form, then I do this and I do that. No, I just practice to make one sweep on one side, and then I just come in on the other side and I do the same thing, and then I shade it. When I practice it like this, my French, I started to do French so fast, because when you practice something, it's going to become so normal for you. You know what to do, what angle to go, all that stuff. And I didn't want to go the long route of doing the V, then crossing off over here and all that stuff. I just go straight for my French, practice it that way. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes everything better until you get to where you want it to be. So make sure you're practicing all the time. There's no other way. There's no shortcut. You just have to keep practicing. One thing I wanted to tell you guys also, I'm going to be having a sale on the website. It's going to be, you can use code LOVEMOM. It's a Mother's Day sale. So if you're looking for a gift to gift someone, or you're a mom and you want to treat yourself, I'm going to be having a Mother's Day sale on the website. So you could definitely use code LOVEMOM and you will save 15% on your purchase. Definitely a steal. So make sure you use code LOVEMOM and save. The sale is going to be from May 1st until Mother's Day. So make sure you're on it, get the sale. And if you don't have Gabby, make sure you get Gabby. And I'm sure you guys see how buttery these acrylics are, because I use them in all my videos. My videos are like not sped up. I usually slow my videos down, especially for the acrylic application, because I want you guys to see the product. I want you guys to see how I work as well, how I move my hand, and how aggressive I am working. So all the products, guys, are going to be on sale, the entire website, if you use code LOVEMOM. And I also wanted to let you guys know that it is so hard doing this. It's harder than I thought, honestly speaking. But, you know, I'm just pushing through. It's not about, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but I just want you guys to let you guys know that it's not easy at all. It's not easy. Like, having good product is one, but having to push to get it out there, get people to see your brand, get people to respect your brand, all that stuff, it's like, it's an additional work. So doing all this is one thing, but putting money in all this in the beginning too is another thing. It's super hard, but you know, I'm not gonna give up, because I believe in my products. And before I started this, I had an end goal, and I'm not gonna stop until I make it to that level. So I'm never gonna stop. Not until I make it to that level. I'm never going to stop. So it's not easy at all. It's sleepless nights. Sometimes I cannot sleep, because I'm like, what do I need to do? If you guys have any suggestions as well, what I need to do, like, you guys are watching, so let me know in the comment section. Like, my business-minded supporters, my business-minded subscribers, let me know what I need to do also in order to get my products out more. So if you have any suggestions, you definitely leave those in the comment section. I would appreciate that, because I mean, I don't get me wrong, I am getting the products out there, but there's a lot of room for improvement. So I need the help. I definitely need the help. This nail, I go in and I put some top coats on it, because whenever I do my 3D flowers, for the most part, I do my 3D on top of the top coat. I used to do it the 3D and then put the top coat on, but I stopped doing it because when I go in to put the top coat after the 3D, I noticed the top coat changes the look of my 3D. So I was just going in for I put the top coat first, then I do my 3D work. Not on this nail though, because I'm going to add some sugar into it. So I wasn't going to top coat it. That's why I didn't put any top coat on before I do the 3D, because I'm gonna put like sugar around the nail. But yeah, my 3D flowers are definitely getting better. And one thing I noticed with 3D flowers, you cannot work with them wet. You have to work with them while it's like not dry, but definitely not wet. It's better to mold the flowers when it's like at a medium setting level, so that way you can mold the flowers way better. Like that's why I let that one sit for a little bit and come and, you know, play with this, trying to fix it up. Then I come back to that and I work it. So yeah, my 3D flowers, I am so proud of them. And I got so much faster. Usually I take so long to do 3D. Now I'm moving faster, and look what, see, practice makes everything better, you know, one day at a time. This 3D brush I'm using is from Glitter Bells. I did leave the link, I think, in my previous video for this 3D brush, but you know, I'm always open to other 3D brushes. So if you find any 3D brush and you love it, let me know your favorite 3D brush and your favorite liner brush. My liner brush is good, but I just want to try other liner brushes. So if you have like a liner brush that you love and a 3D brush that you love, leave it in the comment section. I'm going to purchase it. I want to try something else. So yes, that was that for that. So this is the end of the video, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It's not the end of the video. I'm just about to be gone, let you guys watch the end of the design. But make sure you guys like the video. Please like the video. Make sure you're subscribed. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And yeah, hit that like button, guys. Until next time, take care of yourself. Big up on yourself. Love y'all. See you guys in the next video. Bye.